was it like playing against Charles Barkley?
The one moment that I can pick with Charles, we were playing Philly in the playoffs. I guess I got into a hot rhythm, and I had about 40-some points, and Charles was yelling. I can hear him yelling in the huddle, talking about, who's going to guard this guy? Somebody's got to guard this guy. That's all right. I guard this guy. So we were playing, and we got into a switch, and Charles jumps out and guards me. And yeah, I never known Charles as a defensive stopper. So the first thing he does, he breaks down in this defensive position with hands up. Everything looks technically right. And I just laugh. I say, when the hell are you gonna start playing defense? And who taught you how to get in a defensive stance? And I had to pass it. But that's the type of guy, he would take on a challenge, even though he was not up to the challenge. He didn't care. And that's just
to confirm a story for me.
Sure.
Charles at the All-Star game, he says,
At the All-Star game, all the guys get together in the room beforehand, just before they announced it to the crowd. So Kareem is sitting in the corner.
He says you were in the locker room reading a paper.
I'm with like Bird, McHale, and Karl Malone, and I said, I never met Kareem before. They're like, go over and say hello to him. And he's sitting over in the corner by himself with his head down.
It's his first time seeing you, and he said, Mr. Abdul-Jabbar.
Mr. Jabbar, can I talk to you? He looks up, I'm reading.
I told him I was reading.
Yes.
I turn around, these fools laughing at me. They set me, they're on the floor dying laughing.
So that's a true story?
There was times that I just couldn't be bothered. Man.
Right, I trust me.
Now Charles is making me pay for that.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to say. I was like, okay.
Charles has got new life. I think he's taken an energetic attitude in Phoenix and kind of giving them the life that they need to get them over the hump. He very well could be right in terms of getting out of the West and competing for the championship.
The Phoenix Suns are on their way to the NBA World Championship.
The 1993 NBA Western Conference champions.
And I know everybody's gonna make this out to be a Michael Charles thing. Hey, Michael's gonna play well, and I'm gonna play well. Whether we're playing cards, or we're playing golf, or we're playing basketball, we both just hate to lose.
We can talk about Charles all we want to talk about. Michael Jordan, the NBA Finals. Are you kidding me?
Jordan against Barkley. Turns and faces Barkley. Jordan with a little fake. Another fake. Now he comes to his left. Here's the 14-footer. Good. What did I say? 14 feet away, it's like a layup.
I mean, I played against him a lot in the regular season, and he was really, really, really good. But in the playoffs, I've never seen or known a man who got that much better. That's why he's MJ.
Ahmad Rashad back at America West Arena. Now, if you've ever wondered what it would be like to be like Michael Jordan, well, imagine people trying to find you everywhere you go. This was yesterday. He was out trying to play golf. We obtained this footage from a local station here, and it was shot from a helicopter. They found him.
It was really weird because it seemed like these dudes, as hard as they competed on the court against one another, would go break bread or go get around to golf in between the games.
He got a lot of money, and I like hanging out with people who got money. We never played golf. That was a misnomer. That really bothered me and Michael for a long time because, people saying that Michael becomes friends with guys so he can soften them up. I'm like, dude, me and Michael never played golf.
When Michael was playing golf yesterday, the reports came out that he was playing with Charles Barkley, when in fact, it was Quinn Buckner that was out there.
Isaiah, Charles Barkley was known as the round mound of rebounds.
Oh, yes.
What did you think the first time you saw him?
That he was a round mound. I mean, really, like the first time I saw him, it was actually on tape, the night that, Philly drafted him. And he was joining Moses Malone, Dr. J, Mo Cheeks, Andrew Toney. So he was joining like a squad. And when they actually showed his picture, I was like, okay, well, Philly may have made a mistake, because, he was overweight, he was just, the round mound, and then when we played against him, it was like he came down and was taking it behind his back, snatching it off the board, dribbling full court, and then that fool jumped.
You could see that Charles wanted to be great, but he didn't want to work at it. So I said, Charles, things you got to do, it's not going to come easy because right now you're into pro ball, you got a lot of great athletes. So what you got to do, get the attitude and get mean and get aggressive and complete every night.
It was a lot of yes sir, no sir, whatever. It quickly changed from get out my way,
right?
Move, bitch, get out the way. But he does recall and recount those years that we played together, and we had a lot of fun.
Yeah,
we had a lot of fun, and watching him develop and watching him become a dominant force was a joy.
And Barkley gladly accepted that challenge from the start.
He's the superstar of the team. He is willing to take that responsibility for wins and losses.
Steal. Here comes Barkley. And Sir Charles doing his thing.
In Barkley, the Suns found not only a gifted player, but also a new spiritual leader.
His personality is overwhelming. His confidence just exudes and really permeates through the whole team. He loves to play basketball. He has fun in his job, and I think that's contagious.
Blocked by Barkley, and Barkley is juiced. I mean, he is pumped.
Were fantastic. They all wanted autographs and wanted to take pictures.
We could be inside the hotel. Soon we heard the big roar. We said, there go Charles. So Charles would be walking, and then thousands would be following him everywhere he went. You know, he was the Pied Piper.
I would say that Charles is
Last evening, I felt there was a real opportunity, and we were primed this morning to make the deal. We want to deliver a championship. This is the big-time move, bringing Charles Barkley to Phoenix.
I'm not going to sit here and guarantee us a championship, but I think we got a shot at it, and that's all anybody can ask.
We were very successful, winning over 50 games every year in the playoffs. This close from getting over the hump.
You know, coming out here to the Valley, everybody's like, I can't believe they went and got him, I'm like, you know what, he'll be fine here. The fans will embrace him. It'll be good.
Right, what do you think about this basketball team right now?
When you look at it on paper, it's really good. I think I'm really excited for the chance to play with KJ and Dan Marley.
We had to do something, and to do that, we knew we had to get a superstar. And we had superstars, but we needed somebody to kind of change the game, and Charles was that guy.
When the word came down that a trade was being made with Philadelphia, everybody was ecstatic that it was going to be Charles Barkley, but who were the Suns going to have to give up? And we all know Jeff Hornacek was a very popular player here at that time.
Out it comes to Hornacek, a 22-footer. Yes, indeed!
Any trade is controversial among fans, and this was until you just had to sit back and say, yeah, but Charles Barkley, it turned out to be fantastic.
I never played on a team with two other All-Stars before.
The buzz started, when him walking through the airport, the deal going down.
Arizona, for whatever the persona of Arizona, Western outpost, the Wild West, whatever there was, the John Wayne spirit of Arizona, said that's our guy. And, they loved him from the second he got off the plane.
And we gave up one of our more popular players in Jeff Hornacek, Tim Perry, Andrew Lang in that trade. And then Charles came in and was all-pro his first year.
We gave up a lot, but we got Charles. We were never disappointed.
Puts up a long shot and scores it! He scores it! A 20-footer by Barkley is good. Unbelievable shot.
But when he jumped, it was like, wait a minute. Like you really had to squish your eyes because you hadn't seen anybody like this size move like that, but then had like crazy hops. It was a different kind of bounce. It wasn't like it was crazy. And then people were saying he was 6'6", 6'7", and I'm like, no, this dude 6'4", maybe, okay, I give him like maybe a 6'5", maybe. But he ain't up there with like the 6'7", the 6'8", the 6'9" guys. He's not like that. But watching him jump was fascinating because it's like he had, I guess the best way I can describe it was like he had 2 ham hocks for thighs. You know what I mean? He was just like, I had never seen anything like it. And then he was good. Like he could really play basketball. So the first time I saw him, I was like, it was just messed up, you know, because the dude was good.